Hello, this is Dale from Dale's Trains. I had a lot of requests to see what these radio-controlled diesel engines, conversions. They wanted me to take the lid off and show some of the details in there. This is the radio that I'm using right here. It's a 2-channel car radio. Runs around transmitter and receiver. Runs around $25, $25 to $30. And this is a an SW-8 MTH. It's got electronic couplers on it. All right, I'm going to take the top off. It's got a center wire right there. This center wire, it runs the headlights. The headlights and the taillights. They're constantly on all the time because it's a yard engine. It just runs all the time. This is it's got a LiPo rechargeable battery with a balancing plug on it. This is your receiver right here. Okay, and this is the speed control. Runs around $10. It only has one drive motor on it, so I had to take one off so I have room for the radio and battery equipment. I like to enclose it as one unit. Let me take that off of there. Velcroed on. Okay, I'll get that out of the way. Back here, you can't see it very well. Let me move that out of the way. There it goes. There's a micro servo right here. I had to make a mechanical switch. A mechanical switch to run the couplers. I don't know if you can see the couplers work or not. There they go. That operates the couplers, uncouples it. It's a 10 amp speed control, but there's a variety of them, and they're 2-wire for brushless or for brushed motors, not brushless. And it's got the standard flywheel motor on it with the traction control on the tire, on the wheel treads. And I'll put it together for you. And well, on the other side here, I can't see it. Anyway, there's a switch, an on-off switch to turn the power on and off. Okay, now there's another switch. You can wire it through here, but I want to cut the power completely off of this because the battery, this LiPo battery, stays in the unit all the time. So I don't want any kind of a connection at all between the battery and the radio system. And when you want to use it, you just turn it on and away it goes, just like starting a car up. All right, I'm going to run it a little bit here. I'm going to put this stuff back inside. It just, a floating lid, you want a floating lid so you can change the battery and everything on it. It just snaps on. And if you look real close right here, there's a little light. It's a fiber optic tube that hooks onto the speed control. It blinks all the time when the power is on or it's activated. It's very slow. Very controllable. Okay. I'm going to pull this around on the other track. Now this is high rail. This is a high rail MTH, and it's on a scaled track. So it's what they call, it operates on a dead rail. This is a dead rail. And I'll go over and flip that switch. Now I'm going to hook up to a train that's already on the track. About 30 cars here. Each car weighs about a little less than a pound. I can bang it. There we go. I got it. Okay, I'm going to bring it back into the picture now. Now this little engine is pulling 30 cars that each weigh a little less than a pound. So we're pulling around 20-25 pounds with this engine. And these are all covered sand hoppers. But I'll show you it's slow and very controllable. You can see the speed on it. I'm going to reverse it and I'm going to try to uncouple it. So far so good. But a lot of times with even the high rail with this engine, you're only operating half the coupler, and that's the one that's on the locomotive itself. So the other one is inoperative. I don't know if you can see that scale coupler in there or not. Okay, I'm going to push on it, try to release it. There it goes. So basically I'll show you real close. If you close that, whoops, hooked up again. There it goes. So it's starting to work a little bit better. There, it just opened up. And you get a good bang on it. Now this is two complete different train system. This is it's on a Atlas 2 rail scale track, and this is a MTH high rail, dead rail. But the problem with you can't run power in the track now, because on the 3 rail the axles are live from one side to the other. They just use the center post, the three rail. But I'll show you all this train here. I'll crank it up. This is full speed here, and it's, like I say, it's got the traction bands on the drive, and it has very good traction. Surprised me for just one drive truck. Okay. All right, well that's the end of the video. The guys wanted to see what the inside of that unit looked like, and like I say, it's great for if you have a shelf table, you know, just a yard, or you're limited in space, you can't make a loop. You can put a shelf table up and put a couple switches, half a dozen switches on her. You can switch cars all day long, and put the on the 3 rail. Now on the 2 rail, I have magnets in the track that I can uncouple this stuff with. But it's something new in the hobby. It's very inexpensive. You could probably do, if you had an old engine laying around, it's got to have a 12-volt battery or a 12-volt motor in it, and it's got to be brushed, and it runs on those speed controls. But it's very inexpensive. You can upgrade it for about $50. This engine I got, it was a throwaway, and I got it for about $75. Once again, I'll take the top off. Look at it. See, now when you go to change the battery, all you do is you take the top off, change your battery, and I have a charging system on this. It's basically the same system that's on a radio-controlled airplane. Charging systems, everything. Battery will last roughly about 2 hours pulling this stuff, even if it's constant. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see what else I can come up with.